What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another podcast episode. So this is, I had mentioned earlier this year that I wanted to do another podcast that was more centered around just sports, not necessarily sports cards. I have two of my very best friends that we essentially spend the better part of the day text messaging back and forth in a group chat. All things sports, mainly basketball, football. We talk baseball, we talk current, just all kinds of stuff. And what I decided to do is to finally just put this into a video podcast format. And that is what has birthed what we are calling 832 Sports Podcast. This is our inaugural episode. For like almost 6 to 8 months, we've all just kind of been like, hey, we're going to start. Hey, we're going to start. Hey, we're going to start. And those of you who have been part of my channel for a while know that this channel did not start off anywhere near the production level that it's at now. Not to say that I'm like, network television production level, but we've upped it, recently. So the best thing to do was just get started. And so that's what we did. I basically sent these guys a link to StreamYard. We jumped on. There was a lot to talk about. And so we just got to chatting. This is our first episode, so I would like for you guys to please take a listen, put it on in the background, whatever the case may be. But I would desperately, desperately love some feedback from you guys, what you would like to hear on the podcast. And so without further ado, I give you guys the first episode of the 832 Sports Podcast with my man Mike and Tim. These are going to be my guys going forward. I hope you guys enjoy it. Again, please leave me some feedback and let me know what you guys think about it. We might spin this off into a separate channel. I'm not sure, but in the meantime, I just wanted to put something out there and get everybody's feedback. We're going to do a few episodes, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate it, and enjoy the show. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the inaugural. This is the inaugural episode of the 832 Sports Podcast. I kind of been telling y'all a little bit about, how I wanted to do some more sport content as opposed to like sports card content. And I got a bunch of people that have been asking about that. And one of the things I wanted to do was bring my boys into this because we literally spend all day text messaging each other about sports. We just talk all day. And I was like, okay, we're eventually we need to get this online. We need to get this out to the people because both of these brothers are absolutely hilarious. One is actually a professional comedian now. So this is just, it's all natural the way this happened. So this is the first episode. We'll do a little bit of introduction because I do think that the history that I had with both of these guys and the history that all three of us have plays a lot into the dynamic of how we talk and what we say and, kind of how things go. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in my boy, Tim, aka Tricky, and my man, Mike. Actually, you know what, Mike? I've mentioned you on this channel before. Mm-hmm. And I called you Mike Stradamus.
Yeah, that's lovely. I like that.
But, well, here's the thing. Here's the reason why. The reason why is because there's been several times where, and Tim, you know this to be true, where Mike will be like, "Oh, so and so gonna get traded to," and then like 2 weeks later, it's like, boom, it happens, or such and such is asking for a trade. He ain't gonna get traded. He ain't going nowhere, and then boom, he don't go nowhere. And I don't know. I've always felt like you have a good intuition for
don't hype his head up that much right now.
I know. I really shouldn't.
Listen, man. I live, eat, breathe this sports stuff, man. I'm really a researcher. I don't talk without knowing what I'm talking about.
Well, that's one thing that you will do. I'll give you that, because if we ever do get into a really deep argument, Mike is quick with the screenshots of posting.
I will bring out the
stats and all kinds of stuff.
Mike got some kind of insider information, man. The way he conned everybody out there trades and fantasy
I think
football.
Stephen A. Smith is my daddy.
Hey, we're gonna get to that at some point, Tim.
For sure.
What you just said right now.
The way
that this man maneuvered his way in our fantasy league. We had a fantasy league going on. It was like about 10 person or 12. Was it 10 or 12?
I think it was.
I don't know, but I told y'all everything that was gonna happen before it happened.
You really did,
because you're a professional con artist.
That's this man hustled his way. I you know what? I can't even be mad at it. But you know what's funny though, Tim, is that I refused to trade with him. I did one trade,
You did,
and Mike did a great job of trading players when they were at their worst, like just the bottom of the barrel.
Oh yeah,
and then all of a sudden 3 weeks later they become like just insane play, like the Kittle trade.
Yeah.
So what we'll have to do a fantasy football episode
for sure. We'll take a deep dive into
how fantasy football works, because a lot
some
of people
it was
understand
legit.
how it works. People are quick to sell fast on talent that they should not sell fast. I don't give a damn how many bad weeks Austin Eckler has. You don't trade him.
Well, because that's my point.
Gonna go on a heater.
Yeah. That's
some of the trades were legit. We'll get into it.
We'll leave it at this. But all the trades were legit. Let's just make that clear.
They were
all the trades
at
were
the
done
time.
legitly. And but the way that it turned out just made it seem like it made everybody raise an eyebrow. And I was on to him when he tried to trade me George Kittle, and I was like, I don't want him. I should have took it. I should have, because I would have won and not came in second.
You should have took it. That's the one where I was like, I'm glad he didn't take that trade.
Yeah. So, okay. So really quick intro. Mike, I've known you 20 some odd years?
Since middle school, man.
Since middle school, yeah. We're talking almost.
We're past 20. We're past 20.
Yeah. Almost 25. I'd say.
Like 25.
About 25 years.
How long did y'all date?
About a year and a half, was it?
Yeah. Off and on.
Yeah. It's complicated,
right?
Oh man. So yeah, I've known Mike for a long time. This brother's seen everything. I mean, the ups, the downs, everything. We were running the streets together. We were chasing everything. I mean, yeah. And so it's been a long time. Tim, I think I met you going on maybe about 10 years ago, I'd say, roughly.
Probably, man.
Because Martha and I have been married for 14. And I know I met you a little bit after we got married. So I'd probably say about 10. How long has Fab and Fit been around?
About 7, but we knew y'all before then.
So probably about a couple of years before then. So,
like that. Yeah, for sure.
About 9 or 10 years. So long history of both of these cats. And so again, that's kind of and then it's through me that you two met each other.
Right. And it is crazy how we just vibed right after we met. It's just like it's almost like, again, I tell people all the time, it's a brotherhood. It's support. It's laughing. It's nothing negative. It's only greatness that comes from this, no matter what either one of y'all are doing or what I'm doing.
Yeah,
it's support, whether it's my music or whether it's Omar with the YouTube or Tim you with the comedy. I mean, we're gonna continue to do what we do and grow together, man.
Yeah, it's all love.
Already.
For sure. So we spend too much time talking for free,
right?
And we decided that actually
I'll do nothing for free no more.
I'm gonna take some credit here because I've been talking about doing this for almost a year now.
You got to, almost got us demonetized. I'm about to get us demonetized.
Hold on,
because I'm about to tell a bold face. You about to tell a black lie. That's what you about to do. You've been hanging out with black people too long. You about to tell a bold face black lie.
Look,
he's getting comfortable.
It's been about a year that I said, hey, we need to do this. Now we all may have agreed collectively that we needed to do this. We all agreed, like, yes, this needs to happen, but nobody took any action. Right?
And you know what's crazy? It's been different variations of this. When you did the Daddy Shark podcast and I was on, Tim was
Daddy
on
Shark podcast.
Then
fire,
Tim
man.
did the Tim was doing the
that back up.
Tim, what was the joint we was doing? What we did? But I was
the uninformed opinions.
Uninformed opinions pod.
Yeah.
Oh, we were so drunk that night in Elmore Pool after the Rockets lost to the Warriors.
Yeah, well, that's because y'all had the dumbest bet in the world, which was to take a shot at tequila every time
I died the next day. Jesus resurrected me.
Yeah, no, that episode was hilarious. That was actually on my Sports 2 channel. Sports 2 is the YouTube channel that I have. So me and Mikey's bet, obviously, y'all can see him rocking the Golden State Warriors jersey right now. So this is when the Rockets were good. You know, we were in our heyday and firing it up the threes. So our bet was
game one.
Take a shot every time. I have to take a shot every time the Warriors hit a 3-pointer, and Mikey had to take a shot every time that the Rockets hit a three. Obviously, you can imagine how that went.
Yeah, this was in
28 threes that night.
Yeah, this was in the prime of James Harden's jacking up threes.
They hit 28 threes that night.
Yeah.
I took 28 shots of fireball that night.
That was not smart. When y'all were talking about that, I was looking at both of y'all like, do y'all have designated drivers?
That was crazy.
That was a bit too much. But anyway, so I wanted to kind of set that foundation because I think it's important, right? I mentioned that because it kind of sets up the dynamic of the three of us and how we talk and how we get down and all that stuff. So it's always I think it's important to kind of establish that. But on to pressing business. We're gonna get straight into it. This is gonna be, I would say, primarily basketball, because that's kind of primarily what all three of us really dig into.
It is,
but we do get into just about everything.
Yeah, it's a big sports week, right? I mean, we got the Super Bowl coming up.
This football, weekend. Basketball.
Yeah.
Mikey, I know you're a big boxing guy. I'm a big boxing guy too. We talk a lot about MMA.
Volkanovski and what's the name on Saturday?
Listen,
Makiev.
There you go. That's his name. I was trying to figure out what his name was. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting fight. So Tim, I know you don't get too much into boxing. I know you dibble dabble on the big fights and stuff, the big prize fights and stuff like that.
Jake Paul is the greatest boxer.
I'm not going to even entertain that with a response.
So from now on, if we're going to do a boxing heavy podcast, Mike, we'll just leave Tim out of that one.
Yeah. We'll sub somebody in for sure.
Yeah. We'll sub somebody. You know what? We'll get Noe in. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's we're going to have to do that. But topic at hand. Today is Wednesday, February 8th. LeBron James just broke the record of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most points scored by an NBA player.
That he did.
And I have my issues with LeBron James. The people who are familiar with my YouTube channel already, they know that I'm not a fan of LeBron James for various reasons. But you cannot say anything bad about the accolade itself, right? The most points scored. The man is 38 years old. He's playing at a high level, averaging 25, 30 points a game. I mean, what a great accomplishment. He's probably going to play for another 3, maybe 2 years at this high level.
Because how do y'all?
38. No, LeBron's 37.
I'm 38.
Yeah.
Same age as us.
Bruh, I'm struggling to sit up straight right now. My back is hurting.
My left
Listen, I've been sitting for 17 minutes according to this clock, and I know I'm going to catch hell in a handbasket.
I've had 4 back surgeries because of a bulging disc.
Yeah, I've had 2.
So now, as a
this dude is
age doing this, man, it's insane. It's ridiculous.
It really is, man. It really is. So, I mean, again, I can't take anything away from him in terms of the accolade itself, right? I mean, I have not concerns, but I have, issues with the way that they did it. I didn't really like the way that they stopped the game with like 10 seconds left in the quarter. Everybody just kind of had to stop and just, like, oh, okay. Like, could we not have waited to the end of the game? Could we not have waited at least?
But that's the NBA, right? It's all about pageantry right now.
Right.
They stopped the game for Steph. I mean, I forgot what the other celebration they did a few years back.
I don't agree with ever stopping the game for a record being broken in the middle of the flow of the game. It was 10 seconds left. In the quarter. You let them do up to 10 seconds, and then you come back and you celebrate him. But don't stop it with 10 seconds. They could have they won the game anyway because they sucked.
And then LA lost. Which is like
which is another big talking point, right? You got to win the game with that big of a celebration going on.
Okay, I'm gonna go off on a tangent here.
Let's see.
But
all right.
He didn't finish the game.
I know, true, right? He only had 2 points after he broke the record.
Oh, really?
He sat the last 4 minutes because his foot hurted.
Yeah, but see, that's that bullshit I'm talking. That's what I don't like about him, man. Like, these are the individual accolades that he is gonna go down in history for, right? I mean, there's absolutely no No doubt.
The fact that they didn't win that game put a big cloud over the fact that he broke that record. Nobody wants to say it, but everybody knows it. It's a sidebar to the fact that he broke the record that they didn't win the game against.
I think it's a big deal today, but in the grand scheme of things, nobody's gonna go back and remember like, oh, they lost the game. You know,
no, they're not. They're not.
You know, but yeah, I mean, today it's a big deal.
Hindsight being 2020, he's been losing a lot lately anyway.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Lakers are 13th in the West. I mean, like
they didn't make the playoffs last year.
They're 6 games out of 500. They might make the play-ins this year if they tighten up the rest of the season.
Before I go to my notes, I'm gonna tell y'all what really irritates me.
Oh, you got notes.
My man said he got
notes. I got notes. But this is what really irritates me. I just hate the way that he lobbies for the best help he can get.
Oh yeah, he was hard. Hey, your man
was heartbroken that he didn't get Kyrie.
Didn't come. Yeah.
So disappointed. Yeah. Couldn't get Kyrie.
Is it me?
Is it just me?
The cryptic tweets and shit. Yeah, that's a LeBron that I don't like. I agree with that. I'm with that.
I mean, you were LeBron James, even at his advanced age at 30, advanced age with 38. Even at 38,
chill out now. Chill out.
He's still, in my estimation, a top 5 player in the league.
100% agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no doubt in my mind.
You got AD, who, when healthy.
You talking about Mr. Glass?
Yes, definitely him. Yeah. When healthy is definitely, I mean, he's an animal. I don't know what to rate him, but he's an animal when he's healthy. But this is a microcosm of LeBron James's career, though. This is what he does, and it irritates me when people say things like he won 3 different championships with 3 different teams. Well, I mean, he left. He left to play with the best players he could find to win those championships. It ain't like he got traded and he won the championship with this next team, and then he got traded again and he did it again. No, that's not what he's leaving on his own that's not an accomplishment.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's what people miss that. I mean, again,
that's
in the grand scheme of things, nobody's going to care. Yeah, nobody's going to care in the grand scheme of things, but at the end of the day, they're going to hang their hat on that. And that's, I don't know. I've always had a problem with that.
And again, I have him as the second greatest of all time, but he really has some phony accomplishments.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the phony.
I wouldn't say phony accomplishments, but I would say all his accomplishments kind of carry an asterisk, with the exception of this one.
Okay, so we'll start. I'll give him credit for the 2007 championship against the Spurs where they got swept because his team just wasn't good enough and he carried them there. I'll give him that. He died in the Dallas series. I mean, he died a slow death against Dallas. He couldn't score on JJ Barea. JJ Barea is like 5'10". He couldn't score on JJ Barea. He did not lead the Miami Heat that year in the finals Dwayne Wade led him in points. Chris Bosh led him in rebounds.
I don't think he would disagree with you. That was a letdown year for sure. They should have won that championship.
Okay, so then the next year they go and they beat, OKC, young OKC team with Durant or whatever. Okay, we'll give them that, And then the next year he gets saved by Ray Allen.
Let's not take away that the NBA season it's an entire season. You got to go through like teams. You got to go through the playoffs.
Wait a minute, but
let's not boil it down to one play.
But wait a minute. This is what makes me mad about LeBron fans because they like to. This is what they try to do. So LeBron misses a shot. Bosh tips it to Ray Allen. Game 6. Ray Allen shoots the 3, corner 3, scores. Game time. They win, right? They try to say, well, what about when John Paxson hit the shot for the Bulls or when Steve Kerr? Jordan made a pass.
Jordan made it. That's right. It's a conscious decision.
He didn't shoot a shot and miss and gets bailed out. LeBron got bailed out.
Yeah.
And so that's the biggest difference.
So the thing that everybody's debating right now is whether or not this scoring title makes LeBron the GOAT.
No.
So
no,
I'll start with you, Tim. Yes or no, and why?
No, I think we would all agree in this chat that Jordan's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Jordan's the undisputed GOAT. The scoring title, unbelievable accomplishment, man. Nobody could take that away from him. Everything that we're talking about, I kind of disagree that he's bailed out. And so you can't boil a player's career down to certain moments in certain games. You know what I'm saying? It's great to have those moments and to have the big shots and the highlights and everything like that. But the season's a grind. LeBron's career has been a grind. 18 years, like we say. We're giving that man credit for being a 38-year-old running around. So, you know, all these highlight moments that we're talking about him bailed out, they wouldn't even been in the position that they were in if it wasn't for LeBron James. So I disagree with it there. But as far as your question, Omar, about him, you know, being the overall GOAT, no. I mean, you know, it is Jordan, and I hate to be talking about this right now on a day where, you know, the man deserves his flowers and everything.
Absolutely,
but hey, it's sports, and that's what we do as fans, you know. So at the end of the day, that question is obviously going to get brought up.
But he puts it on
number
himself.
two. He's number two. He's number two.
He puts it on himself, though. He puts these conversation on himself when he says certain things. Remember back in 2015 finals when they asked him, why do you think y'all can come back? And what was his response? Because I'm the best player in the world.
I think I'm the best player. Yeah, I think I'm the best player ever.
What you want him to say?
It's not. Look, do you think MJ didn't think that he was the best player in the world? Did he come out and say it to the media? No. Did Kareem come out and say it to the Magic?
Okay, well, media is way different
LeBron
than it is.
Always
media
talking
is way
about
different than it
how
is today.
Great he is, or just like before he broke the record, he was like, "I think I'm the greatest ever."
Yeah, and then the barbershop conversation, right, where he's like, "I think that one right there made me the greatest player of all time." Like,
exactly. Exactly my point.
Why
He's always trying
that?
to stress that, bro. The people will say it if you're that. But his problem is the reason why he's saying that because he knows he has too many holes in his resume. He knows it. He died against Dallas. He got saved the next year against the Spurs. The next year after that, they lost against the Spurs. I'll admit 15 because Kevin Love and Kyrie got hurt. But this is what I say about any player who says they are the best player in the league. And I do believe that LeBron James, for a long stretch of time, was the best player in the league. This is my problem with him. If you are the best player in the league and your two best players are ready to play, you should not lose.
That's true.
The 16 and 17 finals against Golden State, he had the first one, he had Kyrie and Kevin Love, and they lost 4-1. The next year, Kyrie's an enigma. He left, so I don't care about him anymore. It doesn't really matter. He was not going to beat Golden State that year with just Kevin Love, and they got swept. But LeBron has this thing about him where I feel like he talks to big himself up, to put himself in a conversation where he feels he belongs. Sometimes your game and your resume just got to do the talking. Just because you scored, I'm not saying that this accomplishment is not great. This is what I will say.
I'd argue it's the greatest.
I don't think so. And this is why. This is why I'm going to tell you. It's two players that we don't give enough credit to. And I'll come back to that another time, or we might have another episode. But when you look at your top 10 all time, if you just off the top, I'm not asking you to be correct. Off the top, I want you to just name me your top 10. Just off the top, just name them.
Right now?
Right now.
Just name them. Just right now. You don't got to think about it.
You got it, Omar. You got it. Bro.
Jordan, Kobe, Olajuwon.
Jordan, Kobe, Olajuwon. That's 3. Keep going.
You said
10, you bro. Said top. You said top 5.
Yeah. No, 10.
You said top 5 or 10?
I heard 10.
Damn.
Jordan,
10?
Kobe, Olajuwon.
Yeah, I got to think about 10 because once you get past 5, it's a little funky. All right. Jordan, Kobe, Olajuwon, LeBron,
Kobe,
Steph.
Yeah.
See, after Steph, it gets kind of weird.
Shaq.
Jordan,
Shaq. Tim Duncan.
I put Duncan in there for sure.
Jokic.
I mean, you can put
what? No,
not yet.
You
can say KD.
Oh, get out of here.
You can say KG.
No, go, bro. I'm logging off.
I'm just naming people. You can say KD, KG. You can say Larry Bird. You can say Scottie Pippen. You can say Dr. J. You can say Bill Russell. You can say Wilt Chamberlain. You can name all of these people. Here's my thing about LeBron James and all of those other people. Basketball, in its essence, size is king. It's not like football or baseball. You can be 7 foot in baseball. No matter if you can't hit a baseball, you just can't fucking hit it. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
In football, you can be big, but if you're slow, that won't matter. Or you can be small and fast. And basketball is the only sport where we see where you're in high school, and if some kid walking around 6'10", he could suck, but he's gonna be on the team just because he's big.
Just put your hands up, big fella.
The reason why LeBron James was so highly touted in high school was because he was physically different than every other kid in high school. Not only was he physically different from every other kid in high school, he was physically different from every other kid in college and the NBA.
Okay, but it's a difference. It's a difference when you pull that kid that's 6'10" and got the build for it, and you put him in the game because you got the size. But when somebody like LeBron James lives up to the hype that he had,
but it would have been more. But it would have been more of a letdown if he hadn't lived up to it.
Of course,
because he came into the league with such a physique and such a freak. He didn't have to have a jumper when he first came in the league. He was 6'8". 260, could run like a gazelle.
You're to his greatness, though. You know what I'm saying? He developed.
I'm not knocking him for it because what I'm saying is in the NBA, that size is Shaq. Shaq came into the league dominating. You know why? Because he was Shaq.
Yeah, but he was also skilled. I mean, like size.
He was. He developed that skill. That's why I said it's two players that we got to give a lot more credit to because they dominated at a time when they were small. And they were surrounded by giants. But that's a whole nother conversation. But what I'm saying is, I'm not surprised. It does not surprise. If somebody would have told me when LeBron got drafted that he would break this record.
He got his jersey on.
Listen. Honestly, if somebody would have told me like that LeBron would break this record when he got drafted, I'd have said about a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
He was different. He was
not only was he different, he continues to be different because he's 38 and still averaging 30 points a game.
And to his credit, like you say, everything that you're bringing up is factual, Mike. Yeah, he had the physical gifts, he had the build and everything coming into the league. He could just dominate people just purely by his size. But to his credit, his game has evolved. Now he has a finesse game. He has the fadeaway jumper. You know, he developed the three-pointer. Hey, he's doing it. I mean, he broke the NBA score record.
I don't think it's too late. I think it's perfect timing, right? Yeah. Like he's getting old. Father time wins.
You got to remember the championship that they lost against the Spurs. They were playing off of him and making him shoot jumpers, and he wasn't making them. And that was with the Miami Heat.
And he's gotten better.
Now imagine if he would have had that jumper then, when he was literally unquestionably the best player in the league.
But he didn't have to have it though. That's my point.
Yeah, and he's developed it since then, you know. And obviously, to your
point, that's what But that's what separates him from MJ, because MJ didn't have to have it either, but he developed it.
Yeah,
LeBron has developed it. What I'm saying, to your point, yes, Steph Curry has revolutionized the game, just like AI did when he came into the league. So now it's a different. Okay, well, let's talk about Steph for a second. It's a different game from when LeBron initially came in. I mean, like,
agreed.
You know, and he said it in his interview. You know, they were struggling to get 70, 80 points a game. Now you got to put up 150 damn near to win the game. He's gone through that transition and he's evolved with the game. Steph, now you can't even play pickup ball without dudes shooting it from half court. Steph has revolutionized the game, but to LeBron's credit, he's evolved with the game, and that's incredible, you know, for LeBron to be able to do that, you know, at his age.
And not to mention the fact you can't touch nobody without getting a foul call. So
that's the other thing too.
Yeah, true.
So look, I don't want to make this entire episode about LeBron because I think we all know that what he accomplishes is amazing, right? And to be honest with you, you know, they were saying this about Kareem's record that nobody was ever going to break it, but I don't think anybody's going to break LeBron's because he's, like I said, he's still got.
And he's still going. Yeah,
he's still going. Yeah. He's still got about 3 years that I think he's going to play 2, maybe 3 years at a high level, and then he's probably got maybe another 1 or 2 after that.
Yeah,
where you will start to see some decline, or maybe he might end up, you know, just retiring on the top. I don't know, but he's still got a good 2 or 3 years to.
But let me say this, Omar. Let me speak to the masses when I say this because I want to put this out there because I get tired of hearing this. I want people to stop doing this because I think it's the stupidest thing ever. What one man accomplished, it's a twofold thing. What LeBron or anybody accomplishes on the court has nothing to do with their personal life, and what I mean by that is. You can list off the accomplishments of LeBron James on the court, but him being a great father, him being a great philanthropist, him being a great role model, that has nothing to do with the debate we have on who's the greatest on the floor.
No.
And I think I want people to separate that because people will sit and say, well, in this social media era, you know, LeBron hasn't gotten any trouble and he hasn't got caught with this and that. That has nothing to do. There's a lot of guys we can say that about. We can say that about Chris Paul. We can say that about Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Draymond Green.
Paul banged somebody's wife recently?
Huh?
And you said Draymond, my God.
I mean, I'm saying off the court issues.
Yeah. I'm with you. I see what you're saying.
Because people like to bring that up, and they like to bring it up in reference to MJ. Like MJ wasn't a great father. Like, first of all, even if you want to say MJ gambled, is gambling illegal? Has MJ ever been in court for something criminal? No. People like to pull these, especially the LeBron fans. They like to pull the personal card out to try to make it seem like, I'm not saying that LeBron is not a great man and a great father. There are a lot of black athletes that are great men and great fathers. No, it's not that.
But I see what you're saying though. It's not adding to his resume on the court.
That's all I'm saying. We can't get into these guys' personal lives, one, because we don't know what they do, what they don't do, and I feel like a lot of them are great men, regardless to the fact.
It's a separate conversation, but it is very relevant when you just talk about it, man. You think about by that measure, an 18-year-old kid coming into the league. What happened?
By that measure, we just say Kareem is the greatest. If we're going to say the time that he had to play ball in, him and Bill Russell, then we should separate them from everybody else, because nobody else had to play ball in the 60s and deal with what they had to deal with. And then by that measure, let's just say Ali is the greatest of all time, period, of any sport.
Well, that's an argument too. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, if we're going to talk sports, let's leave it to what they do in their respective sports and leave their personal lives and that stuff out of it.
But LeBron has a legitimate claim. I mean, we didn't get. I think we know where you stand, Mike, on if he's the GOAT debate. Omar, we didn't really get yours on where
second greatest of all time.
You feel but there's a legitimate argument. All the personal stuff aside, because I get what you're saying. The reason why LeBron continuously touts himself as saying that he's the greatest is because his name is a legitimate contender for someone to make a debate for him to be the best. You don't just go out there. I mean, if you Patrick Beverly, you ain't going out there and being like, oh yeah, I know I'm the GOAT. You don't bring that shit up without having a legitimate claim to it. You know what I'm saying? So he's not just bringing it up just to be like, oh, I have big dick energy.
But
today.
I don't think he should. His name is legitimately, and the media does bring it up. I just don't think he should bring it up.
And it's a different day and age, though. You know what I'm saying? Social media, every day he getting badgered by random people sitting on their couch like, oh, you ain't the greatest, you ain't the greatest. And I'm sure that feeds into his psyche and his kids.
When we start to look at every era, I think it just kind of differentiates from Michael Jordan. Couldn't go anywhere. He was the most popular athlete on earth. No, there was no social media, but at that time, for what media was, he still didn't step outside that boundary and say, I think I'm better than Magic Johnson. I think I'm better than Larry Bird. I think I'm better than Kareem. I think I'm better than
different era though. A completely different era. I mean, completely different era, complete different group of guys. 9 times out of 10, if you call somebody out like that, you were getting into a fight with them, right? I mean,
I think the answer that him and Kareem gave was the correct answer. I did not get to play against these guys, so how can I say I'm the greatest if I did not get to play against these guys?
Yeah,
I think that's the perfect answer for any of them.
No, there isn't. It's a debate that will never be settled. I wanted to, because we had breaking news today, which was the trade for Russell Westbrook. Let's see what happened there, because Woj, good old Woj.
I think the Lakers made out on that trade.
I think so too.
Because they got
I wanted to make sure that we got it.
Just purely because they got rid of Russ.
And I really think the key pieces to that trade are Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt. I don't think I'm not the biggest D'Lo fan. But for what they gave away and got back, they gave away one of those first round picks. And so I think the Lakers really made out. Do I think they still have time to kind of get back into that race? No.
I think they do. What?
You think so?
The West is so close. I mean, everybody's just like,
it's not because of LeBron. It's because of Anthony Davis.
Okay, yeah, true. But this is the thing, and this is
if he's not there, it doesn't matter.
I agree. So this is the thing to kind of this ties into what y'all was kind of saying earlier, man. I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but I have so much respect for him. When certain things are brought up, I'm willing to go into a debate about it. Now, him forming the super team, I know that'll always be a debate, but this day and age, LeBron, people give him flack for kind of being the pseudo like GM and forming the team or whatever, and wanting to maybe have the best players around him in order to win. I don't really see it like that. You know, I think
How do you
he
see it?
knows his game well enough to know what players would fit best around him. I thought that them getting, I knew as soon as they made that trade for Russell Westbrook, that was never going to work, because that's not the type of player that LeBron
Well, do you know what
needs
two players they were
around
trying
him.
to give them, though? That's the other side of that coin. Just a sidebar. The Pacers was
When?
trying to give them Buddy Hield and Miles Turner.
That would have been great.
That would have been
yeah, because LeBron is the point guard. You know, you can't have 2 point. You especially can't have somebody as erratic as Russell Westbrook on the team. LeBron needs somebody that he can facilitate to, because look, along with him being the all-time scoring champion on now in the NBA, he's also number 4 in assists. He's a great facilitator.
LeBron's a terrible GM. He's a great player and a terrible GM.
If he had anything to do with the Russell Westbrook trade initially, then yeah,
he had everything to do with it.
He made a mistake for sure.
He had everything to do with that. That was him. That was him.
Hey, if that was him, like I say, he made a mistake. But right now, just to go on this trade right now, everybody might not be the biggest D'Lo fan, but he can fill up the bucket when he.
I'm gonna tell you the other thing he did. This is why he's a bad GM. He got Tristan Thompson.
We're not talking about whether LeBron's a bad GM or not. We're talking about the trade.
Because of course he is. He's a basketball player.
And then he left.
Yeah. So hold on, just to clarify, Tim, you're saying he does not. You don't feel like he plays GM?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
That's why they call him GM.
Yeah, he has a major role in these decisions.
French.
Like I said, if he had something to do with the getting Westbrook over there, then that was clearly
I'm sure he had. So the Lakers are getting D'Lo, they're getting Jared Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley, and the Jazz are getting Russell Westbrook, Toscano, Damian Jones, and the first round pick.
Can we talk about that? I did a short about that, bro. Y'all know the past that Westbrook has with Jazz fans, man. How is that gonna go?
No, he's getting bought out.
Yeah, I don't think it's no way he plays.
No, he's getting bought out. He's not playing one game in Utah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to play a game in Utah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why black players would even want to play there.
Timberwolves receive Mike Conley,
they can have 6 wives when they get out there.
2024 second round draft pick, 2025 and 2026 second round draft picks. So Timberwolves are getting a gang of picks.
They're building. The Timberwolves are building is what they're doing. They already got
a squad.
Decent team. They really made a mistake with the Gobert trade. That just don't fit. But they should really move him and figure out the whole Anthony Edwards situation. And build around those two and get Rudy Gobert out of that, because he just does not fit with that team. Well, first of all, Cat needs to decide that he wants to play center and not power forward. He acting like Anthony Davis.
Russell Westbrook's salary $40 million for this year.
Well, that's why
that's the big thing.
He's getting paid more than Kyrie.
Yeah. So, but look at this.
That's the biggest thing for all these trades.
D'Lo's pulling in 31.5.
Yeah, but they did that on that sign and trade when Golden State moved him for Andrew Wiggins.
Mike Conley, man. Okay, so interesting. I don't know. Good riddance, right? I mean, getting rid of D'Angelo
Russell. I don't think this trade for any three of them really moves the needle as far as making them. And I'm gonna tell you straight up. I mean,
I think it makes the Lakers better.
I think so.
It's
too.
scary. Scary hours.
Yeah,
but the way Jokic is playing and Jamal Murray is playing and Michael
exactly. That's the
Gordon,
big thing. If they stay healthy, they're gonna be dangerous as hell in the West, man. People better watch out for the Nuggets and get used to them really making some noise in the playoffs this year for sure.
I mean, it's
the
real.
other thing I wanted to get y'all's take on. So Kyrie Irving obviously exits Brooklyn, heads on over to Dallas, which he's got about 15 points right now at halftime. Luka is out. You don't think it's gonna work?
Nope.
Okay.
Probably because this year or
disaster.
They're both ball. They're both ball heavy, right? I mean, it's to me, it's the same situation as what happened in Brooklyn, right? You got 3 guys that need to be ball dominant. I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
It'll be even worse than that, because Luka reminds me of Houston James Harden. And do you really want to sit and watch somebody dribble off the clock for 20 seconds?
Yeah. The argument could be made there.
Yeah, he's almost identical to Harden, right? I mean, I got my buddy out in Australia.
So what, they just gonna take turns?
No. So look, he's doing the exact same thing that he was doing. But aside from that, right? I mean, I think everybody's talking about that. But the other thing that I think was interesting, because I'm in the sports card, arena right now, the hottest card on the market to buy is Cam Thomas. The dude is averaging 40 points for the last 4 games now.
Well, he was a bucket coming out of LSU.
Right. So that was my question. So my question is this just Cam Thomas really playing out his potential, or is just the fact that there's such a vacuum that was left behind that inevitably somebody was going to get those points? Because nobody else is scoring anything. Nobody else is
that good at LSU, and it's not like he's scoring 40 and he's taking 40 shots. He's scoring 40 efficiently.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got game, you got game. And if
the kid can flat out shoot.
It's got to be a little bit of both, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't plug me into the next lineup and expect me to drop 40 just because Kyrie not there.
When KD gets back, he's not going to have as many shots to take. But the kid, Ben, can play ball. Ben can play ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had 43 points against the Suns. The next closest person had 17, which was Nick Claxton and TJ Warren. 17 points. So, I mean, the highest scoring by just a massive margin.
Yeah.
Massive margin. And the fact that he's done it for the last 3 games, or the last 4 games, 47 against the Clippers, 47, let me see, 47 against the Clippers. He did 20, what did he do? Hold on, that's 44 against the Wizards. But then when they played the Celtics, he only had 19 points. So he's averaging about 18, 19 points, and then all of a sudden just explodes for 3 40-point games, which is absolutely insane. I don't know if it's just the last 3 games. I'm curious to see how he's going to be able to keep that up.
It's really not about him keeping it up. It's just really about him being a complimentary piece to Kevin Durant. Yeah. That's really
that's right. KD's out right now.
Because KD's out. So really, he's basically just showing, hey, I could be that second guy.
Yeah.
And I believe he can.
Yeah.
Because if you watch him play, he is fearless. And it's not much to his offensive game. It's not much that he can't do. He can handle it. He can shoot the 3. He can shoot the mid-range. He's strong as hell. So it's not many spots that he can't get to.
Yeah, I think, the NBA is kind of showing itself, right? Like, obviously, what did we have? Like 2-3 years ago, all these teams were creating these super teams in situations where you had all these ball dominant guys that putting, guys together that were the man on their team, putting them on one team and saying, hey, make this work. And then we saw, who won the championship last year, Golden State, who's historically a team. They're a team. They're a well-oiled machine. They work well being a team. Now these teams are reverting back to saying, hey, you know what? Let's have the man, let's have the guy, and have them facilitate to a team. Instead of it being now. I would agree. To that point. This project may not work out in Dallas. We're gonna see how that goes.
To that point, Tim, I think that's the reason why LeBron and company are struggling.
Exactly. Well, we're gonna see how it goes now after this trade. That's why I said initially I think the Lakers are gonna be better. You let LeBron run the point, you let AD do his thing down low, and then you kick it out to D'Lo. And the guys around him that can shoot the ball. And I think it's good. I think it's going to be much better.
Let's see, Eastern Conference, Western Conference standings. We got a pretty bad. Yeah, there we go. He then logged off.
Yeah, I think that was the source of the echo.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what you did there.
Yeah, that just hit a switch.
Yeah. So 13th in the West. They're about 5 games under 500. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 4 games out from the 8th seed. Play-ins is what, 9 and 10?
9, 10, 8 through 10.
8 through 10. Okay, so
how y'all feel about them play-ins, man? Y'all like
man? I tell you what, they're actually. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about this, they're only 2 games out of the play-ins.
Who that?
Like, here's my thing.
Like that, that's what I was saying. I mean, it's so congested in the West.
How fast can those guys acclimate to a new environment? That's that with anything that happens at the trade deadline. That's really the thing. How fast can they fit?
Yeah,
But thankfully they have the opportunity with everything being so close in the standings. They got they can figure it out and actually get back in the playoff race.
The problem is here's going to be the Lakers' only problem. The teams that are in that 6 through 10 spot are teams that would probably normally be in the top 4. You got the Clippers, you got the Warriors.
Well, Clippers are 4.
Oh, are they?
Warriors
they probably won one game just yesterday. It probably jumped up.
30 to 31 because the Suns are in 5th.
That's how close it is in the West. It's crazy.
You're right, Tim. It's.
But what I'm saying is, you got teams that are
in 8.
Health being considered,
11.
All the rest of those teams are probably better than the Lakers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, currently, yeah. We
see what I'm saying?
See how they going. Yeah, for sure.
Man, so that's my only team, because now we're getting to that part of the schedule.
The Rockets.
We're getting into that part of the schedule where now every game at the bottom of the schedule are those Western games. They're playing each other now.
Yeah. Agreed.
So they're just knocking each other off a peg. Every other game, somebody's going from 9th to 6th.
Yeah.
Well, that's to your point earlier. We was talking earlier about LeBron's record. That's why some of them guys were down, man. Some of them guys couldn't fully celebrate the way that they would have because they needed to win that game. Everything is so close. You got to beat OKC. You got to beat.
They right there.
Yeah.
You got the Pelicans. They right there.
Hey, remember? So
the Wolves.
Me and Mikey made a bet before the season started that I said the Pels, we're gonna represent the West before the Warriors would, and I'm sticking with that. I believe in the Pels, man. I think they got a squad.
Well, Zion is not back before All-Star break.
No. Listen. So to Mikey's point,
Zion's still hurt.
While you guys were talking, I was pulling something up. Here's the next 5 games for the Lakers: the Bucks, the Warriors, the Trailblazers, the Pelicans, the Warriors again. Okay, so that's 5. The next 5 after that.
0-5.
Huh?
0-5 right there.
So that's the next 5. And then the 5 after that is Mavericks, Grizzlies, Thunder, Timberwolves, Warriors, and Grizzlies again.
That's a murderer's row.
They're winning maybe 2 games. I'll give them Pelicans.
That's a murderer's row.
Yeah.
No, I won't even give them Pelicans.
And not only that,
I'll give them Thunder.
LeBron is not healthy.
I'll give them Thunder, which is 1.
True.
He didn't finish the last
game. But wait, is
this
this after the All-Star break? This after the All-Star break, right?
This is February. So the next game is
that's if LeBron decides that he don't want to play the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Oh no, he all about the pageantry, bro. He about to
So you talk okay.
He about to trot around the court on the All-Star game.
just talking about before the All-Star break, we're talking about Warriors, Trailblazers, Pelicans.
0-3.
0-3.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna have some rest when they play my Rockets March 15th.
Oh yeah.
It's a long time from that, brother. That's a month.
That's a whole month of L's that they're gonna take.
I don't disagree.
I'm telling you, the West is a war of attrition.
They ain't making
the
playoffs, man.
It's about who can stay healthy right now. It's about who can stay healthy.
Yeah, they're not making the playoffs
right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make the playoffs, but we'll see how the team can gel now.
Well, see, here's the crazy thing about that. You're saying you wouldn't be surprised if they made the playoffs.
I say if they didn't make the
playoffs.
If they did, right.
Yeah.
But don't we start to look at that whole GOAT debate differently when we start talking about him missing the playoffs 2 years in a row?
That's exactly my point.
Don't this whole debate start to look different?
Yeah, agreed. I'm okay with him not making the playoffs in the tail end of his career.
Here's the thing.
After a career, hold on. Look.
Go ahead.
I'm okay with him missing the playoffs a couple of at the tail end of his career after an accomplishment-heavy career of multiple championships, a la Michael Jordan. Right? Jordan, way more.
Nobody cared when he missed the playoffs with the Wizards.
Nobody cared.
He had done so much that it was like, nah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah. The inevitable, you're right. Father Time is undefeated, right? I mean, it's like, that's. But the fact of the matter is that LeBron's got what, 3?
4,
right?
4.
Does he have a Defensive Player of the Year?
No.
Okay, so
he doesn't even have a scoring title.
He doesn't have a scoring title. Michael's got what, 9? 10? I mean, like, so what are we talking?
He could have got it last year, but he knew he was gonna get dogged out by getting the scoring title.
You got that scoring playing meaningless minutes.
Yeah. Playing bum ass minutes. Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know.
It's not a good look for sure. It's not a good look.
It's definitely not, because he's still in his. That's the other thing too. He's still in his prime.
I wouldn't call it his prime.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, the dude is playing at a high
level.
He's
taking care of himself.
I think he's a different cat. This is why I don't call it his prime. In his prime, he was not getting injured.
But that's
now he's getting injured.
Yeah, but that's father time.
But that's what I'm saying. So it can't be your prime no more because you can't stay on the floor like you used to.
Yeah, injuries play.
When you are on the floor, you're playing like you used to play, but you can't stay on the floor like you used to because it's not your prime no more.
Yeah.
You know. No, I'm with you.
But he's still highly efficient. I mean, he's still
very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Agreed.
Man, not to pivot off of what we talking about and kind of change up the move, but I did want to ask y'all a question, man. Something that kind of bothered me yesterday. I don't even want to say bothered me. I just thought it was funny. I thought it was weird. Now, Mike, you watched this video that I did. It was either yesterday or the day before, right? So, Omar, I'm not sure if you've seen it, man. Silly video. Somebody made an edit of NBA guys if they were women.
Yeah, smash a pass.
Yeah, and I did a smash a pass video, right?
That was hilarious.
It was like some of them that would look like Jamal Murray looked crazy. Russell Westbrook looked, as you would expect him to look. But some of them, looked like cute as women, right? Taking into consideration. So I posted
the NFL did one, right?
Yeah, and it's all fun and games. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, bro, I posted it like on TikTok and flooded with comments just from these dudes, bro. Just like, oh man, you gay, bro. You sus. Like, I can't believe you would do this, and put yourself out there just for likes and like all of this stuff. Keep in mind, my wife found it hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of my boys and stuff found it like absolutely funny. My question to y'all is, what do y'all think about that, bro?
I think that y'all gonna find this funny. All right, so me being a watcher and a avid researcher of people. Remember, I texted you when you sent it. I said I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
This is the one thing I want you to realize, Tim. And Elmar, you may know this, you may not know this, but I mean, if you watch enough TV or if you watch enough certain TV shows, you will start to understand how many men, when they see stuff like that, they feel away because it speaks to them in a way that they don't want the public to understand. The reason why it does not bother me is because I know who I am.
Because you smashing,
I know what I like.
Smashing cat.
I know what I like. I won't ever look at that and be like, oh, you this, you that. Nah. That's that toxic masculinity stuff, man. And a lot of these dudes out there be doing that, and they the ones be on the low. I'm gonna leave it at that.
What's your name on TikTok, Tim?
It's tricky. It's tricky comedy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Obviously, you tell by the title of my name, it's a comedy page. So these are jokes. So whenever people were sending me this and was like, "Oh, bro, you gay and you sus or whatever," I would just respond like, "Yeah, I'm gay." I mean, what am I supposed to say? They're like, "Bro, you should take this down."
You know what you should do? You should go back to I think it was 2001 or 2000, and pull up that Jamie Foxx stand-up comedy he did, and where he did the bit about Prince, about looking in Prince's eyes.
Oh yeah.
And you should post that.
There's
you name any comic, bro. I mean, Charlemagne say this kind of stuff every day on the radio.
Again, look, man, all these thugs, they be the ones out there chasing booty. Hey, I'm not trying to mess up the algorithm here. All I'm trying to simply say is, if it's almost like the ones who see a gay guy or see gay guys together in public, and they got to berate them.
Yeah.
hate them and they got to go out of their way to make them feel uncomfortable. You know why? Because you're not comfortable with yourself.
Yeah. Facts.
I mean, you on the low and you got to make it seem like I'm not on the low. So I got to, I'm hard. And
Russell Westbrook as a woman looks like a third grade teacher.
That Luka was hilarious.
No, I'm gonna tell you what was hilarious was that
Kyrie
Curry one. No, the Steph one was hilarious.
I died at that
airline.
But did you see the end? Did you see the Ben Simmons one though?
But hey, let me tell you something.
Hey, pull up the Ben Simmons one. Put that in the camera real quick, please.
Oh,
my
hold
God.
on.
Now that one did kind of make me question myself. I was like, hold up now. Wait a minute.
You can't really see it that way.
I look like Candace Parker.
She does look like Candace Parker. That's true. It does look like Candace Parker.
Candace big old ass.
Yeah.
Candace be on that set of TNT next to D-Wade, bigger than D-Wade. I'd be like, you big yellow so-and-so.
There's Luka.
That Luka look like a soccer ball.
Yeah. Like you be giving out juices and orange slices after the game.
Right. Healthy snacks.
A Ford Windstar.
You mad as hell? I thought you was gonna bring some Doritos up here. Goddamn unsalted pretzels. What the hell?
You know what though? What I'll say about all of this, Tim, is that that video was shared 41 times, got 37 comments and 68 likes. You're doing something right, my brother.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, that's how I chalk it up to. I just thought it was interesting, you know, that my
you got a lot of hate for it, and I'm just like, yo, and I completely agree with you, Mike. It's 100% insecurity. My wife even commented on it. She was like, yo, these guys are just supremely insecure.
Listen, bro, whether you watch the Boondocks, whether you watch Big Mouth, whether you watch, I mean, it's in so many of these shows that toxic masculinity, where these dudes, they do all that hating and they boisterous and they try to make themselves seem like you don't. If you a man, you know you a man. I don't gotta go out in the street every day puffing my chest. I'm a man. No, I know who I am inside, so I don't gotta go out and do all those dudes who go out doing that. It's because they got insecurities and they trying to mask something.
Yeah, compensating.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whatever's funny to me, bro, is funny to me, and that's it.
Yeah. We opened with that joke.
Right. Yeah. And I can say that to y'all because I know y'all situation, man. Y'all fathers, y'all got beautiful wives, you know what I'm saying? So, and I know y'all not gonna take it and get offended, like, no, bro, don't say that. Don't say that about me. You know, it's
but that's because they be on the, I'm telling you, they be on the low.
Yeah. And I guess I'm just not used to it, man. I don't have like coworkers and stuff no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm by myself. So it's weird for me to get those responses. I'm like, are these dudes serious? You know, I can joke with y'all like that.
Because now I'm upset because I forgot what I was watching. What Boy was doing that, and he was one of them. You know, he was a thug, and he was trying to, but he was on the other side. He didn't want nobody to know it. He was acting hard. You know what I'm saying? A thug in the streets, but whatever in the sheets.
It's wild.
I'm gonna end on. Let me see. I was watching I need to do for this channel. I need to do a showcase on my boy Şengün.
Oh God, that beast of a monster.
Yeah. I think we all agree.
I called that early.
Centerpiece.
I called that a long time ago.
Yeah, we knew he was a steal, coming in on the draft. We were all
pick him.
Hey, I'm glad.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, we were more excited about him than Jalen Green.
I was so mad.
Yeah, that's a good point, Tim. I mean, obviously, I like the Green pick because it's he's a top 2 guy, top pick or whatever. But when we picked up Şengün and I started doing some research on that kid,
the thing is, you can only pick them where they're projected to go. You can't pick Şengün at 2 because he was never projected to go that early. But they picked him in the right spot.
Yeah, so it was a steal.
Same thing with Kari.
Yeah.
I mean, hindsight is always 20/20. Nobody was going to take Jokic number 1 like he's going to be the next guy. No, because he was not projected until the second round. But if you picked him at the end of that first or at the beginning of that second, because you saw something in him, you made out.
Yeah. It's all about I mean, the draft picks are starting to. I think who was it? Was it Stephen Smith that said that recruiters and scouts are getting lazy. Nobody wants to take a chance anymore.
Bro, right? It's even the draft when Luka got drafted, and I was telling people the whole day was he's not athletic and he don't have any explosion and all that. I said he can do something that nobody he can do something in this draft better than everybody else in this draft. You know what that is? He can put the damn ball in the hole.
Because he's European.
Better than everybody in this draft. Better than
to your point, Omar.
Bagley, better than Trae Young. He could do that better than all of them.
Is it laziness to call the scouts, or is it just not them wanting to? Is it even a risk though? Like because like you said, Mike, he can put the ball in. He could put the ball in the hole. So why should it? Why should it matter anything else?
How was 6 players and 2 point guards drafted ahead of Steph Curry? Hakeem the beat. Blake Griffin, and Blake Griffin had a decent career, but it was what it was.
Yeah, it's just about the build.
Minnesota took Ricky Rubio.
That's crazy. That's
and that little small kid from Syracuse.
What you feeling? Certain?
That's my representation, bro.
I got to finish this hell.
Hold on.
I'm just trying to understand in that particular draft how anybody thought those 6 people drafted in front of him was better than him.
But Ricky, I mean, hold on. I got to defend my guy here, Ricky Rubio. I mean,
he's
he
from Spain. You're from Mexico. 2 different.
It don't matter. I did my 23andMe, bro. I'm 43% Spaniards. The reason why I got a red beard, So I would have taken him, before.
All I'm saying is, I think they really missed out on the most important thing.
But it's all a crapshoot, though, Mike. Right? I mean, nobody knows, right?
It's a crapshoot, but I just think they now in this age they want to look so far into not what he is now. What is he going to be in 3 years?
What is he going to be?
What is he now?
Nobody knows, right? Like,
what can he do great now?
Who predicted Tom Brady? Nobody predicted Tom Brady. Who predicted Brock Purdy? Mr. Irrelevant.
Nobody.
Right? I mean, nobody. Yeah. Nobody knows these things, It's all a matter of circumstances. It's a matter of timing. I don't know.
But here's the thing. In any sport, it looks different. You can kind of tell. Like, remember when Cleveland took Anthony Bennett #1? Everybody was like, huh?
Yeah.
Because it didn't look like what #1 normally looks like.
Yeah.
So what are those intangibles, right?
Right. It usually at the top. Like I remember reading when they read about Ken Griffey Jr. and they saw him in high school, and it was like no matter how many people that they had saw, he looked different. They were like, when you saw him hit BP, it was different.
Yeah.
You could tell it was just something about him. And he ended up being Hall of Famer, in my eyes, the greatest hitter of all time. And so it's just like you could tell even when we would watch basketball, like we knew Zion and Ja was different. You could look at them and tell it was like they're a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes I just don't get even with Golden State, I'm not the biggest fan of the Ball family, but LaMelo is different. I knew he was different. I could see he was different. I knew he was better than James Wiseman. I get why they took James Wiseman, but LaMelo just looked. He looked like the court was his home.
Well, I mean, I don't know his whole life.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
exactly. And it's some of these guys that are just like prodigies. Even when they get we can talk football. Even when they get to the NFL, it's just like some cats in college. You be like, that cat's just different, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of football, Omar, I know you said you wanted to end on Sengun, but can we legitimately end without like I say, this week is Super Bowl week.
Super Bowl predictions.
Gotta get your predictions, right?
Chiefs 20, Chiefs 20, Chiefs 30-24.
That's interesting. Who you got, Omar?
Man,
24, Mike say.
I'm going Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs. I hope that Mahomes' ankle clears up. I think they got more. Man, I don't want to say they got more weapons, but because Philly's coming in with something serious too.
They got Pat Mahomes.
Yeah,
I'm hanging my hat on that right there.
Yeah, I'm with you
because
that's a different cat, man. As much as y'all know me, y'all know I am a huge Peyton Manning fan. I grew up on the Niners, Joe Montana, Steve Young.
Yeah. Patrick
Mahomes is a different cat.
Yeah.
He is. It's no way he goes to 5 AFC championship games in a row, 3 Super Bowls. He's a different cat. I don't give a damn if he got a high ankle sprain. I don't care if he got Tyreek Hill or not. He just is something Kelsey. About him. As long as his offensive line is there, his team has a chance, and he's just a different cat.
A lot of sports debaters have been bringing up the fact that they believe, even though they're calling it early, that Pat Mahomes is in the conversation for greatest QB ever, even at an early at this early stage.
Trajectory. Yeah. I was
his trajectory, yes. His right.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if you agree with it, because I agree with everything that you're saying. Obviously, he looked like he is. I
tell you what, he won a second Super Bowl in his 5th, 6th year. We talking about something.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think
doing and the only other quarterback you could compare him to when it comes to that, if he wins his second ring this year, then we start talking about Joe Montana and Tom Brady. But the conversation with Tom Brady, that's a whole nother episode, because I truly feel like his Super Bowl record is overrated. That's just me.
Whoa,
that's we're
gonna end on that one.
Yeah, you say that's definitely another one for another episode.
I don't know where you.
I would have to break it down. By Super Bowl.
Yeah, and we'll have to title that one. What you just said. Y'all gave y'all predictions, man. I got to go with Philly, and I think we got to have some kind of wager on this thing. It's something friendly. We need to figure it out so the viewers can definitely want to come back and see.
Or anybody want to comment would they leave a comment and tell me what the wager should be. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not cutting my hair. I have beautiful hair.
I'm not cutting my hair either, man. I can't let these luscious locks go.
I'm damn sure not cutting it.
Now I'm joking about mine.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all comment, let us know what y'all want Mikey and Omar to end up doing, because I don't think it's no chance in hell that Philly's not going to win the game. The team is just stacked. Mahomes is not 100% healthy. The team is not healthy.
Well, Philly Hurts is not healthy.
Man, but his team, his offensive line, his defensive line, that team is just, I think, the most well put together team in the NFL right now. And Mahomes is going to have to come with hella Mahomes magic, and he may have
lights come on. He may have different lights. It's a longer halftime. It's a different game. You get in there 3 hours early, and it's not like a regular Sunday. Philly ain't been there yet. They coaches ain't.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
players haven't been there yet. Mahomes has been there twice already.
Yeah,
they know what the preparation looks like. They know what that focus looked like. So
I think they ran.
I'm gonna tell you who's gonna be playing the game.
They ran through Burrow. They ran through Burrow because they couldn't protect him. But Philly gonna be able to protect.
I'm gonna tell you. I think the Chiefs gonna win, but I don't think Mahomes is gonna be MVP.
I think Kelsey's gonna be MVP.
I don't think Kelsey's gonna be MVP.
Who do you think is gonna be MVP?
I think we're about to watch the coming out party of Isaiah Pacheco.
Oh, Pacheco! Hey, Pacheco was a beast in that conference game.
I think we're about to watch his coming out party.
I don't think that's going to happen. If anybody get MVP, if they win that game, obviously you got to win the game to be awarded the Super Bowl MVP. If anybody's going to get it, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes, because that's the only way that they're going to win that game. That's the only way they win that game.
I don't think they're going to win it throwing, though. I think they're going to win it running. And they're going to have to, because you're going to have to keep Philly off the field.
Yeah.
You're going to have to keep Philly's offense off that field, because that one pass option offense they got is too damn potent.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. They're going to have to win it in a different way than what we accustomed to.
And if a defensive player so happens to show out and win it, it's going to be Chris Jones for the Chiefs.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think the offensive
Chris Jones is an animal.
He is an animal, and not to take anything away from him, but I don't think Philadelphia's defensive line is going to let him.
I think Philadelphia's deep offensive line has not seen anything yet, because they played in the NFC East.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll have to see.
We'll see. I know we gotta close this thing up.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up. But I think this was a great first episode.
I think next episode, let's go after Tom Brady. I'm ready for that.
I listen. I'm not gonna sit here
and I say that because y'all disagree with me.
Go.
And I love that fact that y'all disagree. When I said it, y'all disagreed. So
we need to make that a bottle episode, right? Because next week we're gonna have a lot to talk about for sure. But that definitely needs to be a bottle episode.
What I was just about to say is that you notice he's getting more Brody now after he finished that glass. That's what
I know, right? I know.
Listen. Hey, okay.
Okay. All right, man. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you everybody for watching. We really appreciate it. Leave us a comment down below. Tell us what you think about the episode. We're gonna do plenty more. Hit the like button if you like it. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. We eventually will break this out into its own channel, so stay tuned for that. Mike, Tim, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man.
Love you, brother.
Catch y'all on the next one. And thanks everybody for listening. Love y'all. Peace.
Out.
All right, fellas.